Cool. There it is. Saturday in the AM.
Yeah. In the morning.
Yeah.
You look. You know nothing. You know nothing about sports, and the mother grubbing his house.
Hey.
In the morning on a snowy.
Yeah, it's snowy, but hey, man, next week gonna be cold, bro. It's gonna be in the 30s, man.
Oh yeah, well, this week was cold.
Oh
this
yeah,
week was cold. Now, the snow didn't melt because we got a lot of sun, but snow did not melt because we're in the
now
30s.
What do y'all consider cold?
Below 30.
Below 30 with a -10 wind chill. So essentially, it's 30, but it feels like 20.
Right. So actual cold, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Not nothing below 60. Welcome to the South.
Sir, I don't live in Texas. I don't live in Arizona.
Arizona's different. But
I live on the East Coast.
K-Man, you know,
in the Mid Atlantic.
You know Dallas has snow, K-Man. Atlanta has snow.
Well, Dallas has had snow before. Atlanta has had snow before. They don't know how to do anything about it. But
it's been a minute though.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Where we have all this going on in the East Coast, and while out west.
Oh Jesus. Yeah. Prayers to them people out there, man.
Yeah,
prayers to them. And it was an earthquake. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
And look, just like I text y'all, it's so weird to see the places my wife and I were just in October, riding through the Palisades, going to Santa Monica, riding down that highway, being on Sunset Boulevard, to see the pictures. I'm like, yo, this is like crazy.
Yeah. It's definitely prayers up to the families and everybody out there who lost homes, businesses, even family.
You know it's bad when a fire start reaching areas like Calabasas, Hollywood Hills, places like that where they have $8 and $9, $10 million homes. I mean,
yeah, they bought those homes essentially thinking that a fire wouldn't get them.
And to that point, K-Man, it's like I text y'all, that area is for hundreds of years has been known to be fire prone because of the drought and the way the winds come over the mountains.
Yeah.
Look, we got weird weather. We've been having weird weather for a long time, and unfortunately, we have not to get all political and anything like that, but we have a greed, and that greed wants to keep making this world hot. All right, cool. We keep doing that. We're gonna have these type of and people need disasters. People need to stop saying this is a once in a generation or once in 100 years. No, if it happens every year, it just is yearly. It's not
really.
And to that point, K-Man, it does happen, but just like I had text you, it does happen like every year, but it's usually not that big, and it's usually contained really fast. What sparked everything with this one was the 100-mile-per-hour Santa Ana winds that they didn't anticipate.
They need to start anticipating them because it's going to be a regular occurrence.
Yeah, I mean, to see some of the pictures, man, the way this stuff was burned down, I was like, yo, that is like, I mean, I'm curious to see what it looks like when we go back, because I'm pretty sure we're going to go back at least 2 times this year. Yeah, man.
I feel sorry for Gavin Newsom. He better ask the current administration for help because the next one ain't gonna help him.
They were talking about, and it was because of the water thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what the whole. And people were saying they should have had better water reserve. They should have planned for something like this.
Can you plan for 100-mile-per-hour winds?
You can't. That's the thing. You don't know.
100 mile per hour? I don't know if you can plan for that.
I don't. Good point. Good point. I don't know if you can plan for that.
I mean, like 100 miles per hour, though. I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot.
That's like a hurricane without the rain.
Yeah, man. And
boy. And just like when they were walking down, I forgot what highway it was in Palisades. We had walked we had rode through that area, came in and saw the nice stores and the nice apartment and condos. I'm like, oh man. And then to see the pictures on CNN and stuff, I was like, And then you know that community, Altadena, I think it's predominantly black, and it was like middle class. And to see all them homes just go up. Hey, B, where'd you go, B?
He said he'd be right back.
Oh, but yeah, man. I mean, that's like crazy, man.
Yeah, I mean,
In the way, and I didn't. It's like I knew, but I didn't know. When one of the fire captains was saying, yeah, these embers can still be hot and travel 5-6 miles and then land somewhere and spark a fire. I'm like, how can an ember go that far with the wind and still be hot? But
I don't understand. I don't know, because you know, growing up, and you learn about paper, and you learn about trees and science, and they tell you about California redwoods and everything like that. So I don't know what they can do to actually, like, I don't know, pre-treat them or something. I don't know.
I don't know either,
because there's a lot of them,
man. And
well, it may be not that many after this thing.
Well, true. And the thing that amazed me about the LA area, man, is that when you're riding like on Beverly Hills Boulevard or something, man, you look up, kid, man, you see the houses in the mountains, man, you see the trees around the houses and everything, and they're kind of up there. So I'm like, oh man, that's cool. They don't have to worry about flooding and anything like that. But when them winds come over that mountain, man, because LA is like right at the foot of the mountains, and like where my son is, like I think I told you guys, where he's in what they call the upper desert, and they're like over 3,000 feet in the air in the upper desert. And I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Like when we were leaving the Palmdale, Lancaster area, driving to LA, coming down, I think it's 14 or 15 where that highway is. They got signs that tell you watch your speed because of the wind. And I think I told you the one time, I'm driving from the East Coast. I ain't paying attention to that mess. I'm coming down. I was already doing about 75. And I coming down, I got to almost 90, and the car started doing like this, man. I was like, hold on, I had to slow down to about 65. I'm like, yo, these winds are for real. Man.
Yeah, my bad, y'all. Little homie popped up out of his crib, so had to go handle that. Yep. Oh
yeah, buddy. I got I got my son and his family here, so we got to take them back to the airport today. Fly back to LA.
That's what's up. They eat all your food?
Did I eat all my food?
No, did they eat all your food?
No, but I was eating some hibachi before y'all got on.
See, you're a real one. Any food is breakfast food, let me tell you.
There you go.
Don't tell my wife that. Don't tell my wife that. Look, she don't believe it. She don't believe it when I tell her that.
Hey, B, look, yesterday I had 2 pieces of pizza and some chicken, some turkey sausage links.
Mm-hmm.
It was left over from the other night.
Yeah, I'm telling you, especially like if you got something like hibachi or fried rice or anything like.
Yeah,
oh
buddy,
my God,
man.
bro.
Oh man.
And the thing about it, I didn't used to be like this until I met my wife.
Really?
Like I used to be give me pancakes and eggs and sausage, give me cereal,
right?
Give me some kind of bacon, egg, cheese biscuit, or something like that. Bro, I met my wife.
Man,
I remember we were in our first year of marriage, right? And I woke up and she was getting ready for work. I was off that day. She was getting ready for work, and she's in there heating up some pork chops. I'm like, "What are you doing? That's dinner for the night." She's like, no, I'm having breakfast." Really?
That's how my wife, same thing. And look, my wife, the opposite. Sometimes it was one evening, I got home from work about 5:15. I'm smelling bacon. I'm like, what the heck? She said, "Oh yeah, we're having breakfast food for dinner." I'm like, oh. In my mind, I'm like, can you do that? But anyway,
right.
Well, every Waffle House in the South does that.
Hey, Yeah. Waffle House, IHOP.
Yeah, Denny's. I mean,
I was,
they making quite a lot of money doing that.
and she did pancakes.
Did McDonald's change their to allow breakfast after?
I think they did.
Yeah, so
Yeah, they for a period of time they did offer breakfast all day. I think they stopped after COVID though.
Yeah, they're gonna bring that back because people not going in there.
And look, you guys, and that's a good segue, man, to this first. What topic are we gonna do first, man?
I'll go with Hill because the other one is.
Okay, man, you was reading my mind. And what we just talked about is a segue because McDonald's changed with the times because people wanted breakfast all day. Tyreek Hill need to change with the times. And what I mean by that, change with the times. Look at your contract. Look at your team. Where you going? Who's playing? You know, ask questions. Say, hey, look, what's the team playing for the next 5 years? What are we going to do?
Can we just address the 6,000-pound elephant in the room?
Go ahead.
He went to the Dolphins on the idea that Tua was behind all of his issues. When that's what derailed the Dolphins season this season, right? Tua being out because
pretty much.
at this point his brain is a skittle inside of a tin can. So with him being out, that threw the Dolphin season off.
Sure.
And let's be real. You know, Tyreek, he's not in the news too much, you know, so to speak, for, you know, being outspoken about team problems, team issues, you know, just being very diva-ish. You know, he's in the news for other things, you know, like mistreating you know, little babies or whatever,
or women, or
pregnant women,
or getting random pregnant women pregnant. I mean, random women pregnant. So
yeah.
That's because of the Dolphins' record. B, you already said it earlier.
Yeah, and so, you know, he's pouting right now. He's pouting. He's used to winning. You know, he came from he came from Kansas City. He's used to winning, and so, and then I don't fully believe that he's fully behind Mike McDaniels, because if you really look at how this season went, Mike McDaniels didn't give me the impression that he had the greatest handle on things. And I mean, you know, he's been touted as one of these, you know, the young and trendy up and coming coaches, you know, like Raheem Morris that wears his joggers pulled up to, you know, halfway his shins, showing his ankles and all of that, you know,
like LL Cool J in '96.
Yeah. You know, wearing the nice watch and whatnot, you know, just trendy, but you weren't trending in the win column. Yeah. So yeah, I think it has more to do with Tua and Mike McDaniels than anything else.
Yeah, go ahead, K, man.
My thing is, why did Tyreek Hill go in there in the first place? It was money. I think Devontae just got his big money, and the Chiefs weren't going to pay him that, so they traded him. So he got big money there. So maybe now what's happening, if we go look at his contract, I mean, I can look at it, you know, after I finish talking, that maybe the next part of his contract is not fully guaranteed.
And K-Man, to that point, you know what I'm thinking? Since you brought the contract, it's a good point, K-Man. I'm thinking that contract had other incentives, and if Tua would have been healthy and he would have got more yards, he would have got them extra incentives. But like B said earlier, Tua going down threw off the whole thing.
And then Chase, then he's looking at Jamar Chase, getting all his numbers, and Jamar Chase wanted his money during the season, and he didn't get it. You know, we're getting it now. And then T. Higgins is going to get some money from somewhere, probably not the Bengals.
Oh yeah,
because they're cheap. So I think, to me, it's a money thing. Yes, it also the playoffs have something to do with it. But let's be for real. When you started your career, you were competing for conference championships and Super Bowls. The last 2 years, besides this year, with not getting into the playoffs, you were wild card because your structure is not there.
Right.
And K-Man, to that point, I'm going to throw this one out there as well. and you just mentioned it, K-Man. When he came in the league, he was playing for conference championships, championships, Super Bowls, and the money has to do with it too. And in my mind, the third thing is his ego. When he was with the Chiefs, he was a cheater. He was running by everybody. When his first year with Tua, he was like, "Oh yeah, we're good. We're blowing by everybody." But when Tua went down, production goes down. The ego really kicks in because I know he was hearing people in his ear saying stuff. People around, and the Dolphins' defense wasn't that really good anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
And his ego, and I think that's why, because of his ego, that's why he responded to that question to the reporter the way he did.
And let me be clear on one thing. I'm not knocking Tua, right? Tua is, he's phenomenally talented, very talented arm. Yeah, when he's healthy. And let's be honest, right? With all of the speed that they have at receiver, it takes a special kind of quarterback to be able to get that timing down and keep it down, right? And so they built that whole offense on what? Speed. So when Tua goes down, all of that just gets it gets thrown off. The timing gets thrown, everything gets thrown off. And Tua goes down, teams know you're not going to run the ball like that, which is a mistake in and of itself. So I mean, I don't. They need a philosophical change. I'm not saying Mike McDaniel should be fired because I do believe that he's a good coach. But
you do?
I do believe it. I believe Mike McDaniel is a good coach.
He's a decent coach. But K-Man, you said earlier, K-Man, Mike McDaniel's supposed to be this smart, one of the best minds. But K-Man, his main piece went down.
Okay. So here's the problem. Let's go to Tyreek Hill's contract. So 2025 is the last year he has fully guaranteed money. After that, they can cut him because if they cut him this year, it's $56 million. Yeah. So it's probably a money thing. Second of all, I don't think Mike McDaniels is a good coach. He was the offensive coordinator in San Francisco, but he didn't play call. To be a head coach, you have to take over the whole thing. And I don't know if he does the whole thing right. After they did the 70 points, a lot of things changed for them and for the Broncos. The Broncos defense got better after that. Their offense didn't really click like that after people started watching. He is a Shanahan disciple, yet they have two really good running backs and really good run concepts, but they don't run that much.
Yeah. But here's another question to y'all. I know, K-Man, you just said that Tyreek Hill was looking at money. That's probably the number one factor for him wanting to go to Miami. But the other thing is the weather and the women, the nightlife, all the stuff. You don't have to worry about being cold like it is in Kansas City.
Yeah.
It's the only thing you really got to worry about is hurricanes coming through there. Any other time, you may get like a thunderstorm or rain or something, then it dries up. So I'm pretty sure money was number one, weather was number two. And like I said, the nightlife, the party life.
I think money was number one, money was number two, money was number three.
I have enough. 5, huh?
Yes, because I have enough money that I can go somewhere, that I can fly somewhere to the nightlife and the women if I have the money.
But K-Man and B. Here's the thing. Y'all heard Tyreek Hill say, I'm out, bro. But then, on the flip side, his agent, Drew Rosenhaus, saying, oh, no, Tyreek's all in with the Dolphins.
Right, because Drew's always long-term.
Show me the money.
Yeah, he's old school.
He's old school, long-term. He's an agent / PR / manager, and his whole thing is about maximizing money, and you don't look good in the NFL saying I'm out. Where players don't have that much control, and every year there's some dude who's supposed to be super fast, and you're 30. So Drew know. So sometimes you gotta, corral your client and like, shut up, and let me do the talking.
Yep.
Because
that window closing.
Yeah, but then also, if we're gonna talk about Miami situation. I was telling you about. I was listening to the Dan Lebertard show, and they're based out of Miami. They're talking about the GM.
Yeah.
Like, how don't Tua has these issues. Now it's the hip. The hip was the issue going into the draft.
Exactly.
So you know this, and you have Skylar Thompson as your backup,
As a backup,
and Tyler Huntley as your backup. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
You know why? Money.
Well, but they also the Green Bay Packers draft a quarterback every year.
Yeah.
Every year.
It's a mismanagement of resources. And that's why I don't place their failures, their inability to get out of the first round of the playoffs on Mike McDaniel. I don't place that solely on him. I look at the GM because of how the team is structured.
Yeah, trickle down.
Eight years not being in the playoffs. Absentee owner. Stephen Ross is never there. So Stephen Ross, who does he talk to the most? He talks to Chris Greer. Chris Greer, like, everything's okay. I mean, it's maybe this guy, but the same thing how Balky does it, and I don't know what's going on with these Florida teams. I mean, Tampa's the only one got their stuff together, but then they
Bowles.
Well,
but then they always want to try to get rid of Todd Bowles because Todd Bowles isn't flashy. No, he just does what he does.
And B, you brought up a good point about the GM. The trickle down theory, trickle down. But my only understanding, what I'm thinking in my mind, is that the GM bought into Mike McDaniel saying, "Hey, let's pay Tua and Tyreek, and we can get this offense going. We can have the high flying offense. Can't nobody stop us."
Yeah, but even Andy Reid understands this, right? That's why he got rid of him. It's not all about that. Like, if you know how to use resources, you ain't got to go pay a whole lot of money. If you know how to build a team, you don't have to go and pay a whole lot of money unless you're doing it to bring in a piece that's gonna bring in that final piece that's gonna take you over the top. Kind of like how
look at Minnesota.
Yeah.
I mean, Justin Jefferson, the only one really getting paid like that there.
Right.
I mean, and the tackle. They're the only ones getting really paid like that there.
Yeah.
I think, not to talk about my team, but I think going forward, I think teams won't be burdened by the dead money hit after seeing what the Broncos did and say, no, we coach them better and we get the best players in here. We can have a good season. And with the $100 million, $90 million anvil over our head.
Right.
I think that's what they're thinking in Atlanta right now.
Exactly what they're thinking.
Hey, K-Man, you just validated what B said earlier. The mismanagement of resources.
Yeah.
You got to use your resources.
And that goes, and it's sad. It goes back to Chris Greer, brother. But hey, look, I love us, but I want us to be exceptional. If you mediocre, bye.
Yeah.
And so, logic can do, but so much, coming out here with stunner shades on and, dressing up like it's like 1996, LL Cool J. And, well, I can't even think of LL Cool J song now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Who shot you?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You talking about that, the original or the remix?
The remix. L was good with the remix. The original was not so much.
Right.
Like lounging, like the lounging remix. So much better than lounging.
Yeah. Someone somewhere.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, Tyreek Hill, man, I wish the brother well. I know he's frustrated because the season, what he wanted it to be, Tua got hurt. It's the NFL. Players get hurt. Like, I'm with you now, B. I blame the GM. They should have had a better plan instead of having. They had, in my opinion, subpar backups.
Yeah, but don't get me blaming the GM confused with me not blaming Mike McDaniels. No, Mike McDaniels deserves some of this blame, just because just philosophically, like, your brand of football is not sustainable, especially when it comes to January. I don't believe it's sustainable,
especially if you don't get home field.
But that going back, it plays hand in hand to you working with the pieces that you're given. And
I mean,
I don't know. I don't know how much of a say McDaniels has when it comes to the draft process, when it comes to scouting, when it comes to draft. I don't know how much hand he has in that. But because at the end of the day, he has to function. He has to orchestrate that team or put that team out that's orchestrated by the front office and make make lemonade with lemons or whatever. So
I mean, I will go to Daniel Jones got cut, and then he signs with the Minnesota Vikings. Miami, why he didn't put out any feelers?
Yeah,
that would if I was GM of the Dolphins, that would be my move. send one of the backup dudes to the practice squad or something.
I mean, there gonna be some quarterbacks, you can trade for in this draft because it's not a good quarterback draft.
Yeah, it's not.
We got one you can have.
We got two you can have.
Oh my God.
Hey, but real quick before we move on, question about Daniel Jones, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we know that he was a dumpster fire in New York, but he had his moments where he was competent.
Mm-hmm.
Can Daniel Jones have an impact on a team if he goes to the right situation, like Sam Darnold?
He's going.
Yeah, I think he can.
He's going to. Kevin O'Connell said, "I want you." This ain't Brian Daboll. Kevin O'Connell said, "I want you."
Yeah.
Yes, he can. If Kevin O'Connell or Sean McVay or even Andy Reid, say, "I want you." Yes, that's better than a stumpy loser who dyes his beard. Yes, it's better. It's a better situation. and then all these losers and people like, oh, the Giants are a well organization. Hogwash.
Yeah.
No, they're not.
Rubbish.
Both of the New York franchise.
They're not.
I would go as far as to say they have probably one of the 10 worst GMs in the league.
Look,
let me tell you something right now. At least the Jets, I give the Jets credit. Their process is kind of weird, but they are leaving no stone unturned. They are trying their best. It's ultimately going to fail. It's ultimately going to fail because your owner is a doofus and he has his children rating players, but they're trying.
Look,
on paper.
Look, y'all know it's bad when some fans took the time to charter a plane to put a sign to fly over the stadium. Oh, yeah. I have never seen that. When I saw it, I'm like, what the heck?
First of all, you know how much that costs?
Exactly.
Yeah. To fly a plane over Jersey.
Over a Jersey.
After September 11, 2001. Come on now. Come on. That costs money.
Yeah. And that's not in we're not even talking about the cost just to do it.
Yeah.
What about the clearances you have to get
you
have to obtain in order to
Yeah. Fly over the stadium?
That's wild, man.
Yeah.
Hey, look, what did Kramer say? Only in New York.
It's like, geez, man.
Yeah, that's wild, man.
Some Park Avenue billionaire. I'm tired of this.
Yeah, right, K-Man. I'm tired of this. I will not stand for this.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so look here, man. Deion Sanders.
Must be the money.
Look, I already knew this because I watched the foot. There have been rumors about this like the past couple of weeks, and some people let some stuff slip. Way before then, he was saying, "Hey, look, Deion has said the only way he'll go coach for an NFL team is if he can coach his two sons or one of his sons in Hunter." That was about 2-3 weeks ago, but now he finally came out and said it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is he? Well, my question to y'all: do y'all think that will happen? And if it does happen, where?
I mean,
do I think could happen? Yes. Where? If Tom Brady wasn't essentially now running things in Vegas, I would have said Vegas. But Tennessee, I didn't see it on my bingo card, but I can see it now. Now that supposedly
Ryan Carthon.
The Carthon, a Miami alum, was looking at Cam Ward. Carthon got fired.
Mm-hmm.
And now if Louis Riddick gets the job, who Deion has been promoting on social media, who's going to be hit? And not only Carthon, but his whole front staff wanted Cam Ward. Now, if Deion gets his way and Lex Shador be going to Tennessee.
Okay, man, I'm gonna throw a wrench in your plan. Do you know Ryan interviewed for the Jets job, right?
Yeah.
And you know who Ryan wants to be the GM for the Jets, right?
Who? Tannenbaum?
Louis Riddick.
First of all, I never took that serious.
Okay,
I never took that interview serious.
Yeah, I think they were, I think what it was is, here's what it was. It was practice shots. we're gonna figure out how we're gonna feng shui the office. We're gonna figure out how we're gonna have the danishes all set up and who grease everything. Because when I saw Rex Ryan and what's his face for the Commanders, Ron Rivera, I'm like,
yeah,
word them. But then you start seeing like the real people they starting out the interview, like, oh yeah, that was a trial run. That was a trial run. That was a trial run. So I was like,
absolutely.
Okay,
absolutely
good.
was.
All right, because they're not doing it. Even because I mean, when I saw it, I was like, damn, no one really wants to go to the Jets now. I'm like,
because you know, Deion, he's not letting his son go to.
Well, no, Shador. If Shador probably wants to play in New York,
yeah. And then the thing
he
about
likes
it,
he likes the lights.
Yeah, and that's what I was about to say. The lights weren't too big for him.
Yeah,
not there.
Ooh.
I mean, look at his daddy. I mean, he keeps him in the spotlight.
But I don't think he got it though to play in New York. But that's just me. But
I disagree.
I don't think he's that good. I just don't think he's that good.
Why?
I don't think
his Shador is that good.
One, he's slow. Two, his arm's not that strong.
I disagree.
And then three, I don't know if he really knows how to be coached. Because you're being coached by your father.
That part I'll give you.
So I don't know if adversity hits you and your daddy's going to comfort you all the time. Like, okay, I got it. And you get smacked around some more because you're playing. Because playing it, no offense, playing in the MEAC and then playing in the weak Big 12 doesn't prepare you for the NFL.
All right, B. So the question, Joe, I just asked K-Man, if Deion goes to coach where, and if his son gets drafted, by who you think Deion will coach that team, or that team will make concessions around that?
I can only see that happening if he goes to New York.
Wow, not Tennessee.
Not Tennessee.
Wow.
Tennessee. Look, you gotta remember who we dealing with here. This is prime. Prime in Tennessee, in Nashville, or prime in New York.
Big lights.
Which
one seems more plausible? Like, which one seems more realistic when you think about who you're dealing with?
Honestly, from Tennessee.
Hey, B, hold on, B. When you said New York, B, I wish we had a segment where we had Alicia Keys coming in. New York.
Oh, please don't.
Yeah, please don't.
Nah.
So why you say New York, B?
Because of the nature of the guy we're dealing with, man. Spotlight, glitz, glam, prime. Yeah. That's his whole brand.
Right. I'm the exact opposite of that. This man can't handle the media in Colorado. He have it in his contract to kick out people media in Colorado. Tennessee would be better for him. They will chew his ass up in New York City.
Yeah, New York is
yeah. You gotta be a certain type of dude to play and coach in New York.
I would say this from DC up to Boston, it takes a different kind of person, because that part of the Northeast, people say what they want. They just, I mean, there's a myth about people in that area from like DC up to Boston. Those northeastern people are rude. They say anything.
Because Dion played in Atlanta, big town. He played in San Francisco, big town. Played in Dallas, big town. But he was a cornerback. He wasn't the quarterback. He wasn't the head coach.
Good point.
The amount of scrutiny,
huh?
The amount of scrutiny and pressure and annoyance that you're going to get. Mind you, New York is one of the only still big cities that have 2 functioning newspapers.
True.
Big newspapers. And you still got like the Newark has a paper and they cover, so it's just like, and the radio.
All the radio shows.
And the radio. They're gonna be on you, player. They're gonna be on you.
But see, that's the thing. I think he gets it. I think he understands that. And I think you're forgetting how big his ego actually is.
Your ego ain't that big if you're kicking out reporters in Colorado. That means you're kind of weak. Because if you have something that you can kick out report in your contract, you ain't gonna have that in the pros. You can only have that in like some school who was desperate to have you, like Colorado.
And like y'all, I'm with K-Man. I would go with Tennessee because I think that's more of a I think Dion can control that environment better, for his son and for the team. Now, my only flip thing is, if Dion doesn't coach where his son is, can his son be coached by another person?
But I'll answer that question, but right after I ask this one. But would Tennessee want him? They just fired Ron Carthon, who wasn't that bad at his job.
No, this is his second year.
Yeah.
I don't think they would. I don't think they would want Dion. To be honest with you, I don't think so.
Okay, so they got a new stadium coming up.
Yep.
They're in Tennessee. Mm-hmm. They're in the AFC South. None of those teams are super attractive.
It's a winnable division.
Winnable division. To get butts in the seats, to get excitement, I think you could. I mean, like New York, no matter what you do in New York, it's going to be excitement. Tennessee, Nashville, they have their own excitement, but it's still kind of a college area, right? College football is still kind of like dominant down there. So you got to take that away.
Vanderbilt.
Yeah, Vanderbilt.
So you have to take it away, and you need something splashy.
Let me answer Sean's questions real quick, or the one question he had. I do think Shedeur can be coached, and here's why I say that. Right, because of the amount of NFL around him at Colorado. Prime put a whole lot of in it. Now, whether it's successful NFL or not, that's beside the point. Right. But him having somebody like Pat Shurmur as his OC, I think would go a long way in speaking to his coachability moving forward, whether he's with his dad or not.
Now, another question, B, if his dad is there and they have an OC like you said, do you think the OC will coach Shedeur harder or yell at him when Prime is around? And if he doesn't, and he yells at the other players but Shedeur, how should the other players feel?
Well, so let's understand this, right? If Shedeur goes to a team where his dad is the coach, nobody's going to be yelling at him but his dad. Let's be clear on that. Like, the only way he's going to get yelled at is if he goes someplace where his dad is not, and then it's no holds barred in. But he will not be yelled at if his dad is the head coach of that team. That's just not going to happen.
So let me answer this question another way. So Sean, you brought up something. One of the reasons why Dion doesn't want to go to the NFL is because there are individuals making more money than you. And if you start yelling at me and not yelling at your kid who's playing like trash, it'd be a pure mutiny, and he's getting fired.
The locker room was going to be lost.
Yeah. And you keep yelling at me, I'm gonna beat the hell out of your son.
And these are grown
while I'm looking at you. So So for those reasons alone, I don't think Deion's coming to the NFL.
Yeah, like that's my thing right there. Like, can we stop talking about this like this is a real possibility? It's not gonna happen.
No,
like because look, Shiloh, he stinks. Okay, he's not an NFL caliber safety. Let's just
say that.
let's just call it for what it is, right? Let's just call it for what it is. He stinks. Okay. The only two horses in this matter are Shedeur and Travis. Travis being the ultimate prize.
Right.
Okay. That's who Deion really should be going. That's who he should be diverting his attention to. Nothing against his son. I like Shedeur. Think he's second best quarterback in his draft. But Travis is a unicorn, bro.
Yeah, he is.
You take Travis and you put him in the right situation. You don't let some team like Philadelphia trade up and get him. You don't let some
Patriots.
team. Yeah, like just
to get him. Though.
Yeah, they don't have to go anywhere. They don't have to do anything.
Yeah, because Cam and Shedeur's taking 1 and 2. Travis is the best player in the draft, but Travis is going to probably go 3.
So, all right. So does Travis go to New England as a DB or wide receiver? He has to go as a wide receiver, right?
Yeah, with Drake May, wide receiver. For sure.
No, he's going as
he has to.
He's going as a corner. He's going as a corner.
To New England?
Well, first of all, I don't think he's going to New England.
No, that's what I'm. No. That's what I was. That question was for New England.
Oh,
like if he goes to New England, it has to be as a wide receiver.
No, if he goes to New England, he's playing both.
If he goes to Jacksonville,
he goes to Jacksonville. If he goes to Jacksonville, he's playing corner.
Yeah, he's a corner in Jacksonville.
Pretty much every team in the NFL, he's playing corner. New England, because they're so starved and they're so depleted at talent all around, they're going to just try to have him do a little bit of everything. I think primarily he's going to be a corner, and I think the corner is where he's going to be special at. As a receiver, he's good. As a corner, he's going to be special. But I think in New England, he will get wide receiver reps.
Okay, so we gotta remember the money aspect of this thing, right? His camp is going to be advocating for him to play wide receiver because of the wide receiver money that's available.
Well, first of all, when he gets drafted, he's going to be slotted. So whatever he's slotted, that's what he's going to get. He's not going to get a wide receiver bump on a cornerback bump. So his first contract, he's going to be slotted. He's going to slotted money.
You know what? Y'all just made me think about something. I follow a lot of high school and college football. I noticed they got the Under Armour game coming on today for high school. There's a position when they don't know what to call a player in high school, they just put athletes.
Athlete, yep.
We don't have that position in the NFL.
NFL, we don't, because we slot them by their designation. They get paid based on that, your positional group. So, but when he comes in, because he's going to be probably drafted. Well, let me see the draft right now.
He'll probably go 2 or 3.
So Tennessee has the number 1 pick. Cleveland has a number 2 pick. The Giants have the 3rd pick. The Patriots have the 4th pick. So the Giants, Cleveland, and Tennessee will all be jockeying for a quarterback.
Yep.
If Deion's already come out and said, I don't want my son playing in Cleveland, and and then he mentioned Archie, and it's like, yeah, you can bully Cleveland.
He's gonna do Eli.
Yeah, you can bully Cleveland. I mean, but New York, could Travis go to New York? I guess
they got to trade up to get him,
but they need a quarterback. So they're going to be in the quarterback market. So
I think New England has the most cap space, right?
Yeah. So
there're going to be some deals made.
It's going to be a very interesting draft. I think it's not going to be as exciting as last year because there is no top quarterbacks in this draft like that. Mm-hmm. But I think this is a very roster building draft.
Yeah.
If you are light in some areas on one side of the ball, I think this
is the draft you do,
especially in defense and running back and tight ends. I think Yeah, this is gonna help you.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you. You just said it, kid, man. Tight ends and running backs is probably going to dominate this draft right here. Like at least the first 2 rounds, probably.
Maybe even to like round 4.
Tell you
because that's where the running backs have been going anyway. But now you got some alphas who can push to number 1. I mean, push to the first round. So they got some really good running backs that are 3, 4, and 5. So.
Oh yeah, easily.
Kennedy, you do know that your favorite tight end is not going to get to y'all, right?
Who? Colston?
From Penn State.
He is not my favorite tight end.
I thought you liked the kid from Penn State.
I like Colston Loveland. Because to me, Colston Loveland is a joker. He is the Jimmy Graham joker. A lot of people in the Denver area want Tyler Warren.
Yeah, he a big dude.
But he probably gonna go to Indianapolis.
I can see that.
I can too.
Yeah,
I can too.
Yeah, we can see.
Be there with Dysfunctional. That's another franchise, man. Oh,
where it always snows. Yeah. Yeah.
Man, that picture you sent me, man, boy, I was like, yo, man. Oh my God.
All right, let's talk about these games.
Let's do some picks, man. Come on.
Let's take out of these games.
God, dog, B.
As you can see below, the 4-time champion.
Oh, here you go. There you go.
Well,
I had you, man.
Did you win? Did you win?
He loves.
No.
Doesn't matter.
Brandon, stop talking. You don't matter. Sean, did you win?
No, I did not win, man.
Okay, so don't tell me you had me. You have to win. You have to cross the finish line. Numero uno.
That was the closest. I was within 1 game.
Do you see this? Do you see this? Championship. Championship. Things that matter.
Hey, can you show that again?
Things that matter.
I don't see my name on anywhere over there. I don't see my name anywhere. So is it a championship?
Yeah, because you don't want your losses. You don't want your losses on record on black and white.
Oh, actually, this thing that we do here.
I got all the spreadsheets.
It's receipts.
Look,
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't play your games. I'm old enough to be your father.
Yeah, daddy. When he told you that, oh man.
What was that? Because of the because of
the mouse ball.
It was the mouse.
Yeah. You ain't Kelsey.
Yeah.
but hold on, look. I'm gonna say this, then we're gonna do the picks. Do y'all remember we were trying to do inventory in the depot and we were putting labels on all the bins and Kelvin put mouses?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I walked in
mistake of his life.
I walked in and said, what the heck, mouses?
See, his problem was he was too sensitive. That was his problem. Because if you are a person who jokes and can get joked on, then you would have like, y'all got me on this one. And then I'd have just embraced me and the mouse's got. But he was so sensitive. Sensitive.
He was
so sensitive. I don't know why. Like you've never like I know I think he had a brother. I'm like, you didn't have siblings? Y'all rip each other. You have friends. It's nothing personal. It's just
he's from Jersey City.
I think he lied about that. I don't think he had siblings. Anybody with siblings would not be that sensitive.
Yeah, no.
I'm sorry.
The crap that your friends and your siblings give you is like,
look,
it builds character.
He's from Jersey City. I know people right across the Hudson. New York City is right across the
right. Come on.
I know people talk trash.
Come on.
I mean, you mean to tell me you're gonna go through your life shaped like Humpty Dumpty and people not gonna say anything? I mean, come on now.
Come on.
Hey, B, hey, K-Man, he ain't like B, boy.
No, because Brandon was coming straight up. Brandon was coming like a year or two out of high school. So he's still in that high school mentality of PG County joning high school.
I didn't care. I didn't care.
Like, come on. I got these. So, of course, I had to build up the reps. So, I'm firing all the time. So, like, come on. Sean, you were talking about how you were getting it because you're dark skin. Look, you build up those reps. Come on. So I'm just like, what are you talking about? Why are you so sensitive?
Yeah.
God, dog, y'all had to break that up, man. Whew.
And then he tried to. Then he thought he was going to say Lamar
Odoms.
he thought I was going to let that slide. Nope. Nope.
Oh man, y'all making that depot boy. God, dog, man. Whew. Look, the depot spawned this, but
the whole this podcast and the name of the podcast all stems from the depot. The origins of this
hold on.
is the depot.
Yeah.
It's 20 years.
It's gonna be 20 years in October. I mean August.
Yeah,
it's gonna be 20 years. That's when you came. That's when you came in. 20 years.
Yeah.
That's
20
all
years.
of it. 20 years.
Wow.
20 years.
It don't even seem like you do it.
Yeah, because you came in like I want to say a week or two before Katrina.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then I remember it was CNN and Soledad O'Brien and and Geraldo, and then people still and you going, they're my people. They're my people. I was like, what are you talking about?
Hey man, look. Hey, look, when they put all them people at the armory, and somebody was like, aren't you gonna go get them and help somebody out? I was like, oh no, I ain't doing that. And they were like, why? And I didn't say nothing to that person, but in my mind, I said, I know that element. You don't want them people. And look, they done lost all this stuff and they ain't got nothing to lose.
Yeah.
On, man. Nah, but man, y'all dudes, when I met y'all two dudes, that was a wild. We used to do, oh man, the stuff we used to do up and go on in that depot, man. I'm like, boy.
Man, we were running line wire. We had line wire on the Amtrak machine.
Bro. They are tucked away and hidden.
Oh my god!
It was right next. We had it right next to Mark.
Yeah.
Behind the column.
Yeah.
Listen, man, LimeWire, MySpace.
Yeah.
Oh man. Y'all some wild dudes, man.
Yeah. We play PlayStation.
You sure did.
We play PlayStation. We play Madden football. We play what? Madden 05, 04, 05?
04, I think.
Yeah, come on now.
I said, look, we moved the TV from the bubble room, that big
into
the depot.
Me, Brandon, Raul, before you got there, we were playing trash basketball in the depot.
Yep.
Shout out Raul.
The originals.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right, man. Let's see. I'm gonna start with you, B, man. For the first game, the Chargers at the Texans, B.
Don't tell my son I said this, but give me the Chargers.
Ooh. That's who I picked. I picked the Chargers too, man. For some reason,
I've been talking up the Texans all week to my son. That's his team, whatnot. But Jim Harbaugh is going to starve that offense to death. It's going to be we're going to witness a slow death today of the Texans. Give me the Chargers.
That's who I picked, man. Who you got, K, man?
I got the Chargers. You know how I feel about the Texans. You know how I feel about the Texans. Yeah. You know how I feel about their coach. I know some people like, oh, because he spurned the Broncos. No. That man was the hottest name that year. He could have went anywhere. And you go there, please. And you know how I feel about CJ Stroud. You know, these Ohio State quarterbacks. Come on, what are we doing? What are we doing? I don't care that they're going to probably win the national championship. I told y'all this year, this is a weak year.
Yeah, it is.
And of course, in a weak year, those lames will win the national championship.
Right.
But does it Will it make it hurt less?
What?
Seeing him win a natty.
No. You know why? Because we went into their house with our terrible offense and still beat them. And we planted the flag and they wanted to fight. And we beat them some more. Like, come on.
Police came out.
Nah. Like, no. They can have the national. They can have a national tap. It'll be hollow as hell.
They created a new rule for that, K-Man.
Yeah. Y'all was out there influencing legislation.
They sure did, man. Like you said, they created a new rule.
Well, little dumbass cops spraying kids because they throwing hands. And they're spraying our kids because we're throwing hands. Look. It's not our fault. Hey, there's video of Jack Sawyer. I wasn't gonna let them plant their flag on our field, bro. We did it. and we took y'all manhood. What are y'all doing?
Man. That was a brawl, yeah, man. When I saw that stuff, I'm like, oh snap, they gotta fight over there. Oh, they fighting over there.
Yeah, come on.
This is like what?
So all that championship means to me, if they win a championship, is if we'd had like a decent offense, we'd have probably repeated.
And look, believe it or not, as it stands right now, y'all, I want to say he's number one and number two. Jim Harbaugh has one of the highest winning percentages as an active NFL coach.
Yeah,
already.
Yeah, that's why to me, That's for me that Kyle, Kendall, Roy, Shanahan is a lame because you want to hire Brandon Staley. This is the same. Actually, it's not even the same roster. It's kind of a depleted roster from what Brandon Staley had. And he won 11 games in the 6th seed in the AFC.
Mm-hmm. Boy. All right. K-Man. Just the game everybody been talking about. Steelers at the Ravens, K-Man.
Well, our favorite quarterback, the number one quarterback in the league, who should be MVP, but they're going to give it to Josh Allen because they want him to have it. That's fine. His record, or you know how I feel about quarterback records. Mm-hmm. The team's record of when he's starting versus the Steelers isn't good. I think that gets rectified today. And I have the Ravens winning. Even though Zay Flowers isn't playing.
That was a blow right there, man.
It's not gonna matter.
I think I have the Ravens winning.
I got the Ravens. So who you got, B?
Yeah, I got the Ravens. People were making a big thing about Zay Flowers not playing. Look, if they run this game, they call this game the way they need to. Zay Flowers wouldn't have been a factor had he been playing. Give the ball to Derrick Henry and let Derrick Henry just plow them over.
They're gonna I'm thinking they're gonna save Derrick Henry for the second half, but with Zay Flowers being out, I think it's gonna open up more for Mark Andrews because Andrews hasn't been getting a lot of passes in the first half, but with Flowers out, I think they're gonna use some special packages for Andrews to get him going. And possibly Rashad Bateman.
Yeah, and look for Isaiah Likely to be a factor as well.
Yep.
I need Todd Monken to understand what he has and stop messing around. Stop messing around. You got this man. You got this man for a reason. And I'll give John Harbaugh some blame for this. If you'd have done your job correctly, you would have had the number 2 seed.
True.
So stop playing around.
Stop
playing around. This team is not as good, but they're your rivals, so you can't take them lightly. So
look. Hey, y'all, this is another backyard brawl. Mm-hmm. What's the distance between Baltimore and Pittsburgh? It's not that far.
Yes.
It's probably 2-3 hours tops of that.
Yeah, 2-3 hours tops.
Okay. All right, B. I set this up so the K-Man can go. Broncos at the Bills. B-Wig.
Give me the Broncos.
Oh.
I'm not going to be a believer in Sean McDermott until Sean McDermott. Like, prove to me that you're not going to screw this up. Prove to me that you can manage a complete game a complete playoff game and not screw it up. It's unfortunate for Buffalo that they have to play host to a team that has 0 to lose. They have nothing to lose. Despite his shortcomings offensively in this day and time, the head coach is a really good head coach. So look, don't make the mistake of taking the Broncos lightly. They're a physical team. They can run the ball. Bo Nix, they can't. Y'all can't run the ball. Y'all can't run the ball.
Have you not looked at our stats?
No, y'all can run the ball. I just think y'all refuse to run the ball.
That's Sean Payton.
Yeah.
I'm taking. I early in the week I had the Bills, but on Thursday I switched it to the Broncos because I'm thinking Sean Payton's going to have hopefully a good game plan, and the thing it's going to take Bo Nix. For the Broncos can win if Bo Nix runs. I'll put it like that. Who you got, K-Man? I know you got the Broncos, right, K-Man?
Of course, I'm not picking the Bills. I'm not. This is my team. They're in the playoffs. I'm not picking the Bills. I'm Homer J. Simpson this entire playoffs as long as they're in there. I don't care. All rationale is out. All analysis is out. I am orange and blue all the way. Now, with that being said, I fear Dawson Knox and Dawson Kincaid are going to get in our, you know what, because Vance Joseph cannot design a way to cover tight ends. And they don't, and then Sean Payton likes to be cute.
He does.
He likes to be cute. That's his main Achilles because he is a far better coach than Sean McDermott. Sean McDermott is yips personified. He gets tight. He gets tight all the time. He makes me. He is the white James Franklin.
And Kate, man, to your point, all the years I watched Sean Payton coach, at least once a game, he has some kind of trick play. Mm-hmm. Maybe twice he has a trick play. You know, so you got to expect something, some kind of fake something somewhere that's going to run back this way and the guy's going to pass or something. But,
look, for all your fears about the tight ends, it's hard to get your tight end the ball when your quarterback is on his back. Broncos led the league in sacks this year, and if y'all can be disciplined,
yes,
in your rushing lanes,
mm-hmm.
and keep Josh Allen in the pocket, y'all have an avenue to win this game.
Yeah, true. Because if y'all let Allen outside the pocket, he's gonna take off.
So this is my worry in this game, and it's the defensive rotations like 92 Tillman and 55 can't think of his name right now, the rookie Ellis. They don't get home like that.
Mm-hmm.
The players who get home like that are Nick Benito, of course, and then Jonathan Cooper, Zach Allen, and then John Franklin Myers. But we rotate them in and out.
Yeah,
I just worry that when the other guys are in, they're going to be giving Josh Allen too much time.
Yeah, I think if y'all let Josh Allen, because Josh Allen might be the Bills' leading rusher, if y'all let him get outside that pocket,
yeah,
that's going. Y'all got to keep him in the pocket. If y'all let him out and he takes off running, it might be a wrap.
Yeah. So it's going to be a very interesting game.
Oh heck yeah!
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to that joint.
It almost reminds me of how they were talking about the Michigan and Ohio State game. If the game is close within going into the fourth quarter, McDermott will freeze. He will make mistakes.
I'm gonna say this. Wouldn't this be nice? Hopefully, one year. Wouldn't this be nice if this was the AFC Championship game? Mm-hmm. Broncos at the Bills. Just think of the media and the billing, the ratings.
I mean, it's old school. It's old school 90s, football. It's old school 90s football.
Elway, versus
Jim Kelly.
Jim
Kelly.
Kelly. You know,
Mhm.
I can get your your nostalgia point of view there.
Yeah.
Mm. All right, okay, man. This is another game. I don't know. A lot of people been talking about this game. Packers at the Eagles. Okay, man, who you got?
Eagles.
Yeah, that's who I picked. I picked the Eagles as well.
I got the Eagles because the Packers seem banged up, and Jordan is been banged up since the first game of the season when they played the Eagles. Christian
Watson.
towards ACL, he's out. The Packers defense has been kind of, I thought it would be better this year. I think maybe it's just the first year growing pains with the new defensive coordinator, because Lord knows that whatever they had last year sucked. So I'll give it to the Eagles. I think the Eagles just wear them down.
Yes, I think Saquon gonna go off because that's why I picked the Eagles. Well, who you got, B?
I got the Packers.
Here we go. Had to be
I have
one
the
of them.
Packers. I don't believe now, and I liked the Eagles all season long until I started seeing little things here and there that lead me to believe that Nick Sirianni doesn't have as good a grip on this team as it appears. With all of the AJ Brown stuff,
oh yeah, that was a mess.
all of the Jalen Hurts stuff,
yeah,
just that little stuff, and then I don't know that they're built to handle the pressure of being so good, so great all season long. You saw what the Packers did to the Cowboys last
I
January.
know, right?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't going on the road in the playoffs doesn't bother Matt LaFleur. It doesn't bother him. He's too good of a coach. Packers can run the ball for all the Christian Watsons of the world that are missing, that are out. Josh Jacobs is still effective. They can run the ball.
Ooh, boy.
Jaden Reed is a weapon.
Hey,
Jaden Reed is a weapon.
You may be picking one of the upsets. Wildcard weekend is always an upset.
Jordan Love knows firsthand that he can go on the road and get a dub from the NFC East. I think this weekend it happens.
Ooh, boy. All right, B-Wig. The Sunday night game, the Commanders at the Bucks, B.
As bad as I want the Commanders to win this game, they're not. Look, Todd Bowles versus a rookie quarterback, first round of playoffs. I don't like that matchup. I don't like that matchup for Washington. I just don't. Their defense still is not. I mean, you saw what Penix did to him in the fourth quarter a couple of weeks ago. I don't think it's a good matchup. I would have liked the Commanders better having to go to Philly than going to Tampa Bay and trying to win that game. I don't like the matchup.
Taking the Bucks?
Yep.
Oh damn! I'm taking Commanders. Who you got, K, man?
I'm taking the Bucks. I think this game's gonna be fun, but I think I think Todd Bowles has something up for Jaden Daniels and Cliff Kingsbury. Also think Bucky Irvin is going.
Yeah, he a surprise running back.
Yeah, so he's gonna do some stuff against them. So I give me the Bucks. But I wouldn't be shocked if the Commanders won. But
yeah, neither would I. Neither would I.
Actually, the only shocking victory would be the Texans. I think the Texans winning would be a little bit shocking to me. Everybody else is kind of like.
I'm thinking the one B just picked. B picked the Packers over the Eagles. Everybody been picking the Eagles. So B, if you pull that off, woo boy.
Yeah, I don't think that's the biggest shock because of Sirianni, and and he's coaching for his job.
He is,
because the minute he gets fired, everyone wants that job. That is the prize job. Right now, New England's the prize job, but
right.
And New England's not the greatest prize job, but if that opens up, that's the prize job.
Had I not seen, and by no way, shape, or form am I calling this year's Eagles last year's Cowboys, because they're not. But if I hadn't seen Matt LaFleur go on the road on the wild card and embarrass a team before, then I would have been more hesitant to pick the Packers.
Mhm.
But I think their style of football works, and I don't. Yeah, I don't think Philly's up to the challenge.
All right.
It's the storyline is making itself. Saquon runs for over 2,000 yards in the regular season.
I know, right?
Goes home in the first round. It's writing itself.
That'll boy beat. Like that'll be the headline. All right, okay, man. The Monday night game, Vikings at the Rams, okay, man.
Yeah, the game that got moved to Arizona because of the fires.
Yeah.
This is a student versus teacher matchup.
Sean McVay.
This is probably the best game. It might be the best game.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with the Vikings.
That's what I picked. I picked the Vikings as well.
I'm going to go with the Vikings slightly. Yes.
It was a hard pick for me.
Yeah.
But I went with the Vikings. Who you got? Who you got, B?
You know, in a couple of other text threads, I picked the Vikings.
Mm.
But the more
I know
about Sean McVay and his ability to rally a team.
Yeah, and play call, man.
And I mean, they don't have all that many fans anyway, so you go to a neutral location.
Mm-hmm.
And I think McVay does it, bro. I'm going with the Rams.
Oh,
they're battle tested.
True.
Matt Stafford is battle tested.
True.
You know, receivers like Puka Nacua are built to go against defenses like Brian Flores.
Ooh, that's gonna be the thing right there, man.
Kyron Williams has quietly been probably the second or third best running back in the league the last 2 years.
True that. Yeah.
I'm going with the Rams, bro.
I thought about all what you just said, B.
Mm-hmm.
I thought of everything you just said, but it's just something. I don't know. I just got a feeling that the Vikings are going to pull it out some kind of way.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say the only way the Rams win this game, right, is if McVay finds a way to rally the defense. Because they're gonna. I feel like the Rams are gonna have to win a shootout. They're gonna have to do something like miraculous at the end to win it. But because their defense is but I don't think it matters as much when they're playing for when playing for the city of Los Angeles means what it means now.
Ooh, good point, bro. I ain't think about that one. Got me thinking about my pick now.
Hey man,
I thought
about your pick.
I thought about all that. And I just came to the conclusion of Brian Flores' defense and running the ball with Aaron Jones and
Justin Jefferson
and the best receiver in football, Justin Jefferson. That's But then part of me is like, this Sam Darnold and
yeah, right.
That's what I was saying too, but
Detroit kind of the last couple of weeks he's been showing that he's Sam Darnold.
I was saying, I think about the Vikings defense and like you said, the wide receiver and the running back. But then on the Rams side, I'm like, Sean McVay is such a brilliant schemer when it comes to play calling. And I said the Rams have the pieces. I'm like, man.
It may even come down to which rookie defensive lineman makes that extra play down the stretch.
Wow.
Jared versus Dallas Turner.
Wow. That's a good one, man.
I mean,
I'm gonna stick with my Vikings pick for now.
Yeah,
I'm gonna stick with the Vikings.
Yeah.
Hey, before we go, let's talk about this Jimmy Lake thing.
Jimmy.
What you got, B?
I think he's getting fired. I just think they're waiting to
the
dust. I think they're waiting for all the dust to settle. Because I think they're gonna because what's the dude that got what's the dude the guy, the Bengals defensive coordinator got fired.
Lou Anarumo.
Yeah.
So he's not a bad defensive coordinator.
He's not.
It's just that he played for a cheap organization who let people go. And he wanted me to put this together with, bubblegum and toilet paper.
And duct tape and all that stuff.
Yeah.
They stick together.
So, and then Robert Saleh, I don't think he's going to get a job. So, a head coaching job. So, I think he's going to be a defensive coordinator.
Yeah, he is.
So,
My fear is this. Because I haven't gotten the inclination that we're gonna move on from him, because I thought it would have happened by now. My thing is Raheem gonna choose loyalty, because him and Jimmy go back.
Yeah. Way.
Is Raheem gonna choose loyalty over doing the right thing? Right, the right thing being letting Jimmy go, because clearly he's in over his head. That's my thing. And I struggle with it, because he had, sort of a washed Justin Simmons. He has sort of a washed Grady Jarrett.
Traded for a washed.
Traded for a washed Matthew Judon. So he was given these pieces that were difference makers at one point in time. Now, not so much.
Let me ask you this, then, B. It's your team, and I know you probably got an inside post, because I know what happened to Dennis Allen. The base of the New Orleans fans got him fired, and the upper management group got him fired. Now in Atlanta, you say Lake and Morris go back, so the decision to fire him may not be up to Morris. It could be up to Arthur Smith, fans like yourself, and then another group that they use as a governing body or something. Well, is there a post around the year, anything around that?
Here's why I think it's ultimately Morris's decision, because I feel like it would have. He was pissed after losing to Carolina. He didn't allude to the results of the Bucs Saints game or nothing. Like, no, he was legit pissed. Regarding the performance that the defense had. That's his area. He's a defensive coach. And, rumor had it that after our bye week, he took over the defense.
Yeah, I heard that too. Yeah.
So my thing was this, like, if you took over the defense, like, shouldn't you be shouldering some of this blame for week 18 fallout of the defense? And so I think that I think he's weighing things. I think he's weighing things. I think he's weighing, number one, what Kennedy said, what coach is going where, and just waiting for a few dominoes to fall in that regard, because
I'm pretty sure.
Because a lot of these hot ticket coordinators, they got work to do this weekend. Mm-hmm. So, he'll see who goes where, what dominoes falls where. But Fontenot in his press conference didn't give me he didn't give me the feeling that he like, yeah, we're making this decision, we're making that decision, we're moving, we're evaluating, which is the language that Raheem has been using, right? So I don't know, like my impulsiveness wants Jimmy fired, right? Mm-hmm. Like, just get Jimmy out of here. But a part of me wants to see what he would do with his top pass rusher from last year's draft, Braylon Trice, on the field, who tore his ACL in the preseason. Seeing what he looks like on the field, seeing what year 2 Rukaroro looks like, in the middle of the defense. Because I feel like we're about to move on from Grady Jarrett, to be honest with you. So
I'm gonna tell you, B, around Fontenot like I say, grew up in the same zone days around Mickey Loomis. Those guys keep things close to the chest until after the season's over. Watch. Once the season's over, like you said earlier, give it maybe a day, probably not even a day, or maybe a day or two. You're gonna hear something from your camp, because that's how Sean Payton used to work with Fontenot and Loomis. Like a day or two after the season's over with, they're in there.
And so, I'm still learning the ins and outs. Like I haven't been around long enough to like really know how to read the tea leaves of everybody, like of all the reporters and just all of that. But I don't get the feeling that he's going anywhere. I just don't.
Yeah, buddy, we'll see, man. Because that's why I asked you that question. I said, I don't know. Is there a personal relationship between Lake and Arthur Smith? Is there a personal relationship between Lake and Fontenot, or is there all those unknown?
Jimmy's only friend in Atlanta is Raheem.
Oh man, that may not be.
And I feel, and I feel like that may be one of the reasons why he ends up getting canned. Like, is Fontenot really the buffer that he appears to be between Raheem and Arthur? Because Arthur getting old. Arthur ready to win now.
Yeah, true.
I mean, Arthur's ready to do whatever it takes to win now. Hence the Kirk Cousins fiasco. Arthur's ready to win. So if I don't know. There's a lot of factors at play.
Yeah.
A lot of factors at play.
A ton.
I'd be fine either way. If he goes, great. If he stays, okay, let's see what he does with, better pieces.
Are y'all willing to trade for Vance Joseph?
I was getting, man, you was reading my mind. I was going to say, hey, y'all might just take Vance Joseph.
Your defense will be better. You can't cover tight ends. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I mean,
you can't make adjustments during the game.
The only tight end in our division that I'm worried about is K. Dotton. So I mean, perhaps that would be, feasible. I do believe that Vance Joseph would be an upgrade over Jimmy.
Oh man, Jimmy's down.
Yeah.
I just hope I hope Vance Joseph does well tomorrow so he can get a head coaching job. So we get that 3rd round pick, and then 2 he's gone.
Hey B, you and I just said the headline for after the season's over. If he does get fired, you know what the New York Post is gonna put? Jimmy's down.
Jimmy's down.
Jimmy's down.
Jimmy's down. Yeah. And I mean, this is probably another podcast, but I think it warrants, like, your plan for Vance Joseph is for him to do well so he can get a head coaching job.
Absolutely.
Leave Denver. So there are more than a few defensive head coaches available. Where would you rank him in the rankings of, you have Mike Vrabel, he's a defensive coach that's available. Yeah. Robert Saleh is a defensive coach that's available. Aaron Glenn is a name that's available.
He interviewed the same job. Yeah.
Under defensive coaches, as for head coaches, I first of all, Aaron Glenn, we don't know, so we don't know how he will be as a head coach. I think Mike Vrabel, he's slightly above average. Robert Saleh, I never wanted Robert. I always liked Robert Saleh. Never wanted him to take that job. I get it. It's only 32. I don't know why he took that job. It's only 32 of them in the world. So I know I hate it. So I don't know, but I don't think he's going to be a head coach this time around. I actually think he needs to go back into being the DC to learn from his mistakes.
Yeah,
from learn to his mistakes. So from that being said, I think he's better than Robert Saleh. He's not better than Vrabel, and Aaron Glenn is an unknown.
Yeah.
But if I had to say, I would say he was better than Aaron Glenn. I mean, I think Aaron Glenn's better than him.
Yeah, because Aaron Glenn was the defensive coordinator and he coached DBs for the Saints.
I think Vance Joseph talks a really good game. I think he's adequate.
Yeah.
But if you're trying to win a championship, I give him all the credit in the world. After the 70 points, he adjusted better. The defense got a little bit more aggressive this year. But then the second, like they up until November, they were one of the top defenses, but they fell off because people adjusted. And that's my issue with him. He can't make adjustments. It's what plagued him as a head coach. They always like, oh, it was Elway. No. It's those are the things. He did it in Arizona. He's doing it now. So it's just like, yeah.
All right, fellas, my battery about to die.
All right.
Cool.
All right, brothers.
It's been real, bro.
It's been real, man. We'll see how this weekend plays out.
Yep.
For sure. Till next one.
Fellas.
I don't know. Yep. I don't know if it'll be next week. It might be.
Yeah.
But until the next one.
Yeah.
Right, stay warm. All right, man. Peace
out.
Holla. Yep.
Yep.